Hi everyone, dear O-level students. O-level empowerment session organized by Insight Institute of Management and Technology. You are facing this exam. You may be confused. Some people may be comfortable. Some people have no idea. So this program will try to give you the maximum possible knowledge and the guidelines for a better, successful O-level examination. Why do we do O-level exams, dear students? Why O-level exams? You know what? This is the first biggest examination you are facing in your life. And this is the pathway to select your desired advanced level stream. And you see all 9 subjects. These 9 subjects are independent. So this is one of the very few exams in the world which will cover different areas of education. Just imagine, is there any relationship between a mathematics subject with history? Can you find any single similarity? No. So this is a very diversified and a very interesting exams. And most importantly, your parents, I know most of you have excelled very well in your school life. You would have got good awards, national awards, in sports, in oratory competition, in song, in drama, in different kind of things. But the best thing that you can gift your parents as a reward, I would say strongly that you get a best and a beautiful results for your O-level. For sure, they'll be the most happiest and satisfied people in the world, because parents seeing their children with amazing results or amazing achievement in school life give them so much of happiness. So for your parents, what you're going to give back is your achievement in your exams. So dear students, 9 different subjects. All 9 different subjects are very much independent. And since 9 different types of knowledge that you're going to gain or you're going to use for your exams, it gives you obviously a very high mental pressure. So, isn't it serious? Of course, it's very serious. So let's do our best to get this beautiful results, 9 A's, 9 distinction. How to get the 9 distinction? How to get 9 A's in your exams? We'll have some steps to follow, which is a very common step. You follow the same step for your O-levels, your A-levels, and sometimes your degrees and masters as well. But as a step number 1, always remember, you should know your subjects and syllabus 100%. Most of you know this, but unfortunately some students do not have this knowledge also. Like in your ordinary level examinations, you have 6 main subjects and 3, we call that as basket subjects, or in other words we can say optional subjects. But we have to understand that all 9 subjects are equally important. You cannot say that this subject is most important, this subject is not that. No, it has to be equally distributed. You have to distribute your time, your efforts, your knowledge, your hard work for all 9 subjects. So let's quickly have a look at the main subjects. You will have the religion, you will have the mathematics, science, Sinhala or Tamil language, history and English. Those are the main 6 subjects where you will be getting 6 A's on those 6 subjects undoubtedly. And you have the optional subjects. You can have the second language, you can have business studies and accounting, and you can have the English literature, dancing, drama, theatre and ICT, agriculture. There are plenty of subjects which I have included here. Are we comfortable about each and every subject we do? Do you have the syllabus content of everything we have? That's more important. So remember, when you have your exercise book with you, take a photocopy of your syllabus and paste in the first page of your book itself. I'm not mentioning about your study text, I mention about your exercise book. Because every day when you open the book in your school or at home, you should start from the syllabus and see what areas you have covered. What are the areas which are a little doubtful? What are the areas that you are expert with? You should have each and every one, and see, you have to tick that, and you have to put question mark. You want to say wow, you can put star, you can do whatever you want, but enjoy your syllabus content and make sure that, okay, fine, you are 50% fine, you are 60% fine, you are 80% fine. There are some students who have completed everything 100% fine. They have that guts. They are ready to get that 100 marks. Because recently the O-level results released, and I have seen so many schools saying that we have 10 9As, 20 9As, 100 9As, 50 9As. It was amazing. But if you see the other side of that, there are students who have got 9F also. There are students who are disqualified for the A-levels. So have a courage in your mind. You will never fail. You will never get S pass. You will never get a credit pass. Your target is A. For that to start, for that journey to be started, you should have this syllabus content thorough with you. And I've just shown you some the marks that you're going to get. You can get 80 marks, but the result will be bad if you get the lower marks. So you always target 100 marks. Nothing is impossible. You can get that 100 marks for sure. You always measure yourself from 100. Then if you miss 2 marks, you should worry, oh my God, I missed 2 marks. You're not celebrating that you got 98 marks. You missed 2 marks, so you're worried about it. If that mentality comes to you, that culture comes in your mind, of course you're going to do great and you're going to do wonders in your advanced level, in your bachelor's degree, in your master's degree, maybe in your PhD. So always remember that your target must be 100. Don't think that it's impossible. Anything is possible in O-level examination. So collect all 9 subject study materials, including the past papers, dear students. I have experienced when I used to talk to the O-level students, most of the people, they used to keep some past papers with them. For example, mathematics, science. But most of the past papers they have never seen. So the first paper that they're going to face is their final exam paper, which is not going to work. You should have all the past papers, because the exam paper should be another kind of a model paper for you. So past paper practice makes you complete in your 9A journey. I've seen some O-level boys, their study table is in front of the TV. They watch the match and they write something. Their mobile is here. Hands-free are inside. They are enjoying dancing and studying. Is this an effective way of studying? Leave all of that. You should have a place. You ought to have a place dedicated 100% to studies. Just one table and a chair is more than enough for 2 years. We should not have either a computer or a laptop or a TV or a woofer or whatever. No entertainment, no mobile, nothing. Only your books. You take the books you're going to study, you keep it, you keep the past paper, you keep some rough papers, use that only, that's more than enough. Make a spacious place for you, a tidy place for you, a clean place for you. That will make a difference. Revise all the subjects, and you can prioritize the subjects where, for example, like all the subjects are equally important, but all the subjects need not have equal timing sometimes. So there are certain subjects where you can quickly complete. Take that, write short notes. For example, religion, sometimes English. For some students, history. It's easy. Health studies or health and physical education, ICT. You can quickly do that. You can quickly do your short notes and keep everything ready. And science, of course you need short notes. You need some beautiful short notes, because it's very complicated, because you have biology, chemistry and physics in one paper. So you should differentiate them and understand the background of that and do a good job for that. So that is also very important. How you are going to plan your short notes. You can use mind mapping, you can use different way of doing it, but every subject file should have your short notes. And please, dear students, from your mind, remove the thought that certain subjects are hard and not interesting. You have this thought. Normally, even everybody had this thought. Remove that from your idea. Take every subject important and interesting. For example, some students, they don't like to read history because it's too much of notes, too much of things to remember and memorize. So it's boring for them. For some students, science. These days, like for the last 10 to 15 years, science is considered as a subject which is hard. So naturally, the mentality has gone to that decision. It's not hard. It's a very interesting subject. So you make your prioritization. You make your priority. You can complete certain syllabus before your teacher in the school completes or before your tuition teacher completes it. You can do that. You know, you have your language. You have been learning in English medium for a long period of time. So everything is in English. Just a matter to completely go through and write the short notes, get everything ready and keep that and confirm your distinction. I'm very sure by the end of June you can confirm your distinction for at least 3 to 4 subjects out of 9. It's very practical. Most of the time, without the guidance of your teachers, you can do a great job. Let's say 80% of the marks you can target. 20% after the country is open, for sure all your teachers will help you to reach that target. So do that first. And you need to have a weekly schedule. Weekly schedule, a good timetable. You decide the time you wake up. You decide the time you have your breakfast. You decide the time to have the lunch, to have a nap, to have your dinner, to do some exercise, to do some sports. You need to decide your weekly schedule. So weekly schedule must be practical. And in 1 week, for example, from Monday to let's say Sunday, 7 days, out of those 7 days, every subject must be at least touched once. Every day at least one past paper must be completed. Have that culture with you, because you have to have the culture of sitting and learning. That's very important. Once you get used to it, for sure A-level will not be a big burden for you. You will enjoy your A-levels as well. So let's see how to enjoy your past papers. I've just given you an example of mathematics to explain how we can do the past papers. If you see this, you can have the questions. You always will see that the question has its own style, its own structure. It will start from an easy question, a very simple question. If you are used to 4 to 5 to 7 to 8 past papers, obviously you will be enjoying this and you'll be used to it. You can see the second paper here, which will give you 10 minutes of reading time and 3 hours of answering time. So 3 hours and 10 minutes. Use that reading time to select the most easiest and interesting questions to start with. Always start the question from the easiest one. Don't touch the hardest one in a paper. That will give you a negative energy for sure at the beginning itself. So start with positive questions. Do easy questions first. Write a lot and do the steps, because you know in mathematics the marks will be given for the steps. Write the steps nicely. Write that. Whatever you know, just write that, because this is your last and final paper. After that, there is no mathematics in all levels. Your whole 11 years will end up with this paper. Just write whatever you can and use the same strategy for science, English, your first language, either Sinhala or Tamil, or history, ICT, business and accounting studies, whatever, Carnatic dancing, whatever, the music, whatever you take, use this. Try to understand the requirement of the past paper, like the structure of the past paper. Get used to the past paper. That will give you a great confidence in your answering style. Okay. Now let me go to the style of study. Let me start with self-study. Please start teaching yourself, convincing yourself. And there is another great way of studies called group studies. If you take the group studies, at this point of time, with this social distance issues and all, group studies are not that much recommended. But once everything is sorted out in the country, start group studies. Have one of your friends, learn with him, study with him, and better to select a good guy. The best friend is something, the studying friend is something else. There's no hard and fast rule that you should always study with your best friend, because sometimes your best friend may not be that much competent enough to explain you the subjects. So select someone who is like better than you, talented than you, and don't just be jealous of him. Oh my God, this guy is doing great. No. Appreciate him, pray for him, let him help you, let him teach you. You will learn a lot. Both of you will get great results. I'm telling you with my own experience. One of my best friends, he was with me throughout my O-level career. He taught me a lot. He explained me all the concept. He was bearing all the trouble I gave him in terms of the explanations and all. But he never was tired. He was always, supportive. So I always appreciate him, because the one who, helped me, now he's a doctor. So that's what I'm saying. We both are doing great. Why? Because we had that mutual understanding, we had that mutual respect. You should be helped to come to a level, my dear students. So remember, self-study and group studies are so important. Now, you cannot go for classes, you cannot go for the school, you cannot go for any other places to learn. So how are you going to cover up your syllabus? So the education related channels are available in Sri Lanka. All the time they are publishing some or they are telecasting some very useful videos related to the chapters of almost all the subjects of yours. So you can watch them, you can download the videos, the chapter syllabus, chapter related videos, and watch them. So through those sources you can do a lot of learning, dear O-level students. There are certain disasters that you are facing, that you are having in your palm. Those are most related to the mobiles, the apps, the WhatsApp, the Instagram, the YouTube, cinema, the PUBG, the Facebook and all, that kills your time unknowingly. So please try to avoid and control yourself in using the social media, because you can enjoy during your vacation after O-level. So not now. Please try to stop them completely. And there are, unfortunately, few students in all the villages, in all the town areas. There are some people who are addicted to smoking. Some school students are addicted to drug usage. Dear students, don't kill yourself at this age itself. This is a beautiful period. This is a beautiful lifetime to be trained and to be molded to be great people in the country and in the world. So please try to avoid these unwanted habits. And there are students who are excessively involved in sports and physical activities. Please try to have a control to that. I know you are so passionate about sports, but the amount of time you spend in the grounds, the amount of time you spend in the practice should not put a barrier to your O-level studies. So please try to control that. I'm not saying completely stop that, but you should have a control on your sports for the next 6 months' time. And spend your useful time or your spare time in useful activities, because you must have a peace of mind at this time. You should not have any unwanted thoughts. Whatever you will do at the age of 25 should not be done at the age of 16. You cannot make a life decision at this time about your life partner or about your business. This is not the time, my dear students. You are students, you are school students, and have that thought in you that will drive for a better future. So please try to spend your free time in valuable activities, in your religious activities, praying, reading some books related to your exams, and helping the elderly people, doing some physical exercises to make yourself more energetic. So do those things to make you strong spiritually and physically. And 9 A's. I have been emphasizing this point too much. Why do we need 9 A's? Dear students, you have been learning last 11 years certain subjects. Let's say you learn Sinhala from grade 1 to grade 11, mathematics from grade 1 to grade 11, science from grade 3 to, let's say, grade 11. Do you want to use, or do you want to complete one subject with a COSOW? Why shouldn't you reach the maximum marks for that? Try for that, please. Every subject has its own expectation. You remember, there would be around 6 to 7 teachers who taught you from your grade 1 until grade 11 the same subject, mathematics. Every teacher has an expectation towards you, right? My child, my student will get a grade marks. So get that grade marks. Don't lose even a single subject with COS. That will hit you, that will give you a pain in a corner of your heart any number of years, I would say. So please try to confirm your distinction and try to have a culture to target 100 marks. I have seen in my university, in my higher studies, I have seen some of my colleagues. They will be worrying to get 98 or 95 marks. They are worried about that 3 or 4 marks they lost. They always targeted 100 marks. Of course, people like me, we are like not that expert students, but we just adore them. We just admire them. Oh my God, these guys are great. Try to have that culture of getting 100 marks. That will give you, that will make you more passionate about achieving great heights in your life, and you can go to your most favorite stream in your A levels towards towards your ambition. So please try to ensure 9A is your target. No 8A, no 7A, no 5A's. 9A is your target. It is possible. It's with Almighty God's blessings, it is possible. So go towards that. Finally, let me have a few words with the parents. Dear parents, your son or daughter is going to face the first biggest examination in their lives. So it is your responsibility to create a beautiful learning environment, and all your family members must collectively support your children. For the next 6 months, please sacrifice all your entertainments. Sometimes you may be like spending too much time in the TV with drama, with movies and all, with music, but for sure that will distract the mind of your children. So please, if you can control that, if you can postpone it for the next 6 months, you are doing a great service for your children. If you find your children are struggling in certain areas, certain subjects, let's say for example, they are very poor in mathematics or science, try to arrange some extra classes or something to make them confident and fit enough to face that paper. So it's your responsibility to see whether they are comfortable in all 9 subjects or they have some issues with few subjects. And finally, always mention them, talk to them, saying that it's your dream, it's your vision, you getting a great results, and always mention that word 9 A's. Have that A's culture, the distinction culture. That will be really helpful for your children. So from Insight Institute of Management and Technology, we wish you all the very best for a successful O-level examination. And dear students, we are very confident, we are very sure that with your parents' support, with your teachers' continuous effort towards a better future for you, and with Almighty God's blessings, you will get 9A, you will achieve that target, and you will have a great future. Thank you so much for watching. Wish you all success. Goodbye.